I'm Mike Newman, and we're going to be doing a new video today. We're going to be talking about the new webcam that's got everybody in a tizzy right now, the Elgato Facecam. Boy, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Low latency, full HD, a prime lens. It is a webcam, but can this hold up to something like what you're seeing right now, which is a Sony a6000 camera? Is the quality close enough to where you can just get this and skip the whole capture card setup that you have to use for a camera like you're seeing right now? We're going to find out. Stay tuned. Here we go. It's our unboxing and comparison of the Sony a6000 versus the Elgato Facecam for $199. I'm excited. Here we go. Let's take a look. There's a new webcam out there. It is the Elgato Facecam. It retails for about $199 on Amazon right about now. When I bought this, it was actually on sale on Amazon, so you might be able to catch it for like $170. Really great deals that are coming out before Christmas and the New Year, so it's a great time to jump on this. $199, and everybody keeps talking about, I've seen some of the videos myself of the side-by-side comparison about how good this thing looks, the HD quality of it all. And really what I'm trying to do for my setup right now is I've got my premium stream set up right now with a camera. The camera I'm using is a Sony a6000. Beautiful camera, beautiful setup. I love the quality. I'm just in love with it. All right, so the reason I'm doing this video, as you can see, I have a computer desk here with multiple stations. I have my podcast, video, YouTube set up over here, looking at this camera with my computer off to the side here and the laptop over here. But over here is where I have my editing setup and also a gaming setup. Every now and then my son is an avid gamer. I'm not very good at it, but every now and then I'll join in because I'm the guy that you add to your live stream for comedic relief on how epically bad I can be. So anyways, I wanted to have a camera over here. And as you can see with my wall right here, it doesn't really have a lot of space for another like Sony a6000 with lens. That thing can be wide. I mean, so that thing could come all the way out to here. Space is limited. So I wanted to have a secondary camera. Now, I've been using the Go Hero 7 Black, a wonderful, awesome alternative to using a web camera. Records in HD, streams in 4K, records in 4K. I love it. Great thing to use. But I also use this a lot for outdoor uses. So I didn't want to use this as my sole camera for right here. I wanted to use something else because I didn't want to have to plug it in, unplug it, and mess with the setup. I want something, plug it, leave it, and roll with it. Webcams are a really good alternative for something when really that purpose of that camera is just going to be, as you see for this spot right here, just for a little picture in a box, whether it's your face or something else, but for tutorials on editing or, like I said, live streaming. So I did my research and I was looking at the Evermedia 513. That seemed to be the leader in the forefront. It had software with it. Just couldn't quite get myself to pull the trigger on it. And then all of a sudden I was streaming and found this guy. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Elgato Facecam up close and personal. So here you see the Elgato Facecam. As always, Elgato does a really awesome job with the box. On the back of the box, you see it's got raw video. It has state-of-the-art Sony sensor, flash memory, true HD at 60 frames per second. We're going to put that to the test, and also advanced image engine, prime lens. But what I really love about this, and what I've seen so far in all the videos I really love about this, is the software. The software that comes with this thing that just makes this amazing. You can change all kinds of settings that you normally can't. So here we go. Let's take this thing out of the box and see what we've got, shall we? All right, I'm gonna move this. That's noisy. I love Elgato's packages. You just feel like you're getting something top-notch. So there we go, we're pulling that out, boom. And as you see, Elgato comes with a nice fancy carrier. Boom, love it. We're done with that. We've got a box here, which seems to be, keep looking over here just to make sure we have everything in the shot with you guys. So we got our cables, the moment of truth. Oh, look at that. And you know what? Right off the bat, one of the things that really impresses me comes with a lens cover. I love that. Boom, just comes right out. I love that, especially when you have a room where you have to keep on top of the dusting, all that stuff. I have a 7-year-old who thinks that she's going to be the next sniper wolf. For those of you who are YouTubers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So my daughter thinks she's going to be the next Sniper Wolf. So she's always in this studio. She's always sitting in this chair every chance she gets. She loves to do videos. Haven't really created a channel for her yet. I'm a little scared, to be honest with you. So anyways, just having this lens right here to keep her off of that and protect your lens just seems like a great idea. Also, you know, Uncle Sam keeps them from watching through your webcam. It's plastic. It's not like metal, but you still just feel like it is quality. I love this. All right, so the mount, let's see if I can get this mount out here. So you can stand it up, it's straight like that. Okay. So we could stand it, let me put it in the camera here. You can stand it up like that. That even helps here a little bit. Or, as you see here, we can open this thing up and that gives it, let me put this underneath so you can kind of, it's hard to tell sometimes because this desktop is black. So there, if you see on top of that, you've got the, where you can mount it on the monitor like so. So let's take a look over here. If we put it on there. And just like that, I absolutely love it already. It fits perfectly right in that setup. This is great. Let me switch here. All right, so there you see, it fits perfectly in this spot. I can bring it down a little bit. Pointing right at me. And already just the location alone, this thing works. I love, if this thing works, if the video quality is as great as we think it is, I'm going to be in love with this thing. All right, so it fits. It's in the right spot. So now let's plug it in and see what we have. All right, I just realized something. We're trying to do a side-by-side comparison of this Elgato Facecam, and I'm trying to set this thing up over here. And I can't fit that camera over here. So that's not a very good side-by-side comparison. In fact, it's terrible. It's a terrible idea. And because I am the genius that I am that thought of doing it this way, just for the sake of comparison, I'm going to go ahead and set this thing up right here alongside my camera pointing this way so we can get an accurate depiction of what this thing does and what it looks like side by side. Side by side. Genius. To be determined on the genius part. All right, now before I plug it in, it's always important. It's really important to read the instructions. I found the instructions. They were in the box that I threw earlier. Yeah, we're not even going to go with that. Never throw the box. Important information's in there. We're reading. Man, it's in a different language. And even the pictures are in a different language. Just kidding. All right, here we go. Step 1, download and install the Elgato Camera app. See, aren't you glad that we read instructions first? All right, so as you can see, step 1 is already something that I didn't do. I always get ready to hook this thing straight up to the computer, but you know, men, we love our instructions, don't we? All right, so we're going to go ahead and plug this thing in, correct that. I just read the instructions and forgot already. We're going to download the app first, so let's do that. Okay, so as you can see, we are going to go ahead and go to the Elgato.com. We are going to, this is the whole purpose of needing the whole Elgato Facecam thing. As you can see, when I'm over here doing this kind of stuff, you can't really see my face. Haven't been able to fit a camera over here except for the GoPro, and kind of just showing you the real importance of needing that secondary camera, but I want a good quality. So here we go. We're going to do step 1 of going to elgato.com/download. All right, we're going to select our product. I love the fact that it's Mac because, like I said, I have Mac computer that I use for editing. I use PC for other things. So here we go. The camera hub, as you can see right here. We're going to go ahead and click that. All right, continue. Yes. I love how they do this. Like, you know, if you say no, you're not going to be able to go any further. But yet, for some reason, they make you click continue, 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 because some lawyer somewhere sued somebody for something stupid. All right, select a destination. Install. Password. What is my password? But anyways. All right, we are installing, initializing the video engine. Camera hub will start in a moment. Have a great session. Thanks, Elgato. You know, I just really noticed my podcast logo is in the bottom right-hand corner for Coffee at the Cross. So if you ever want to talk spiritual faith, things like that, Coffee at the Cross, join us on Facebook or YouTube. We go over certain things like episodes of The Chosen, testimonials, or Bible reading. We cover all the bases. Just great coffee talk of God. Good stuff. Okay, so we're now in the software. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plug this thing in. We've taken the cap off of it. It is mounted. It is now time to connect the Facecam directly to USB 3.0 or better. Very important, 3.0 or better. So it's not going to work in a port that is less than 3.0. On your PC or Mac, do not use a USB hub. Only use a supplied USB 3.0 cable or equivalent or better. So we are going to go ahead and try and plug this directly into the computer. You know, it's amazing what happens when you plug in a USB-C or USB 3.0 into a USB plug. Instead of trying to take an HDMI cable and plugging that in, it fits so much better when it's the right plug, you know, kind of square peg, square hole kind of thing. All right, here we go. I've now plugged the Elgato Facecam directly into the back of the Mac Mini and the USB 3.0 plug. And now we are going to go ahead and, as you see, when you click the input button, there is the Elgato Facecam right there. And I mean, I've seen in some of the other videos when you first do it straight out of the box, it leaves a lot to be desired. Pretty good as far as a regular webcam, but if you're going for high quality, you're not going to get it right out of the box. So let's kind of take a look and see what we got. Boom. Okay. Definitely right out of there. You can kind of see in the upper right-hand corner is the Sony a6000, and the big picture is the Elgato webcam. I do like how you have a lot of light in there. It's not a light-hungry camera, so it will bring some light into the room. But let's go ahead and start tinkering now. This is straight out of the box. Let's start doing some of our tinkering here to see what we got. We've got our field of view, the 83.2 degrees, and we can zoom that in 50 degrees and just keep zooming. But really what I want to fix right out of the gate is the ISO number right there. We're going to go down and exposure, automatic. There's our ISO 100. So, wow. I mean, look at that. As soon as you take it on the auto, look at that. I mean, that's bright. You take it off the auto and it already clears right up at 100. So we're going to bump this up to 400. Wow, this is amazing. $200. And I'm really impressed by the visual already of this camera shot here. All right, so let's go to 400. So there's 400. At 400, I can still see quite a bit of noise visually on there. So, of course, that problem will be fixed with better lighting. Like I said, I got my Elgato coming over there. I still see a little bit of, it seems like on my LG monitor, it looks really good. But when I look over here at my AOC monitor, I see a little bit of whitewash. So I'm curious to see post what this thing looks like. But I'm going to go ahead and bring this back down from 400 to 200. That looks amazing. All right, so shutter speed, we're filming at 1080 at 60 frames per second. So we're going to go up to 160. That looks great. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and bump up our ISO now that we've changed our shutter speed. I'm really, 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 really tickled with this. All right, white balance. Boom, take it off. There's 5,000. Usually my light's set at 55. Noise reduction. Let's see what that looks like. Any anti-flicker. Like I said, I am not a techie, so to speak. I'm passionate about live streaming. I learn what I need to know to operate the stuff. But like I said, I'm not one of those ones that could break down and take these things apart, put it back together and reverse engineer. This whole video is for people that just really aren't that knowledgeable about the product, but they want to go out and buy something, plug and play, and have great quality. And what I love about Elgato is you can plug this in, and this interface right here that they give you in the software is amazing. You do not have to be a techie. Like when I got my Sony a6000, you got to go in there and you have to watch so many videos about the right ISO, the right f-stop, 1.4, 1.7. So there's a lot of settings in there that you got to adjust to kind of dial in that camera to get what you see in that upper box right there. The quality you want, the blurriness in the background versus focused you want it to be, your background to be. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to do and a lot of research you have to do. What I love so far about this Elgato Facecam is I don't have to really go on YouTube at all and watch to see what it is I need. Everything, all your important, your key, your crucial settings that dictate or determine what your picture's going to look like, they're all right there, right in front of you. It's just amazing. I love it. All right, so there we go. Our device. All right, and I love this right here. You can save your settings. A lot of times I heard with like the AverMedia or some other apps, I'm not sure, don't quote me. Like I said, I don't have it, but on the AverMedia or some other, I think Logitech, you do your settings, but if you have to power down, restart your computer, sometimes you lose your settings and you got to do it all over again. Here, boom, you saved it, how you like it, and there it is for all to see. So there you have the Sony a6000 with the Sigma lens that has the auto zoom. Boom. I love this. Like I said, I love this setup. Absolutely. The Elgato Facecam. Boom. And see, when you're using it for just the picture-in-picture, I mean, that's primarily what it's going to be for. Like when I'm over at this station here doing editing, like you just saw, kind of a walkthrough tutorial of how to set things up. Walkthrough tutorial, or live streaming. It's really going to be the camera that I'm going to use it for is this little picture in the box in the corner. And the quality of that picture in that little box to me is absolutely amazing, especially for $200. You don't need a capture card. All right, so there you go. You can still play around with it a little bit, but just for the most part, just side by side for $200 for a, like I said, this is not going to be my primary camera. My primary camera is going to be the Sony a6000 with the Sigma lens on it, but my secondary camera, which is going to be over here, which is really going to be this shot right here. I mean, I'm pleased already for $200 to have that kind of picture, as you see. And it was so much easier to get that kind of look than it is the GoPro. But with the Elgato, to get that kind of picture in like 3 minutes, to dial it in that way. And when you do that, when you shrink that Elgato Facecam into that shot right there, that looks high def to me. I'm telling you, of all the webcams, this thing is an absolute steal. All right, so that's our video. At the end of the day, would I recommend it to you guys for $199? And hey, if you can get even cheaper than that, one of those sales, the ones that I got it on for like $169, absolutely get it, especially if you're starting out. Why? Because if that's your primary camera and you're starting out, it's plug and play. You don't have to be an electrical video engineer in order to figure this thing out. You download the software, you plug it in, you mess with the little fidgets right there on the interface off to the side, you dial it in, and boom, you're off and running. And then as you build your channel and you start saving up to upgrade your equipment and upgrading your camera and lens, boom, the Elgato Facecam now becomes your secondary camera for things like this. As you see right over here, boom, that little picture-in-picture. And as you can see, when you shrink that thing down to a little quarter of a box, that looks like $1,000 camera quality video right there in that little box. And it's for $200, and it's so easy to use, and it's so easy to figure out. So you're always going to use it. You're always going to have a need for it, and it's awesome. Thank you for joining. I'm Mike Newman. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button so you guys get all the little notifications when we're putting a new video up. Have a blessed day, everybody. Thank you for joining us.